What's up, guys? I am James Hake, and this is the Hake Report. It's 9:01 a.m. U.S. Pacific Daylight Time here in Los Angeles. And it is Monday, June 7th. Happy birthday. Nice. 2021. Can you believe it? And I do have some hand-picked music for you. No more what you guys call devil music. This music is more like immature. Some even call it derivative, but I really enjoy it regardless. It is well done. This is another Christian band that I will be sharing with you before we get going. I have lots of topics to cover. I will tell you about them. Or some topics, plus your calls. This is Squad 5-0. Probably some of you have to be familiar with Squad 5-0. Christian band from, I think they're Christians. I know they're Christians. Christian band from the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. Maybe to this day, who knows. And this is from the album Fight the System.
To this day.
From 1998, 23 years ago. And this track is called Fight the System. It's not the Antifa type of Fight the System. These are Christians. Christians are not Antifa. I can tell you that. So enjoy this song. It's short and sweet. And we'll be getting going. And you can follow along with the lyrics because hopefully I did it right so we have the lyrics on video as we play the song. Squad 5-0, Fight the System. See? Fighting evil. A band of little Christians. Annoying or cool? 1 for volume's great, 2 for too loud, 3 for too quiet, 4 for mute, but I'm not going to obey that. White music, says Brandon M. Yes, indeed. These guys are from Savannah, Georgia. What's going on, Hake? Hey, nice to see you. Bass is good, says SD Rocket Man. Sounds satanic, says Dutch Oven. Sounds like Operation Ivy. Sounds like ska. I know. Garage sale music. And I will be getting to your calls, guys. Not too bad. This is not manly, Hake. Whatever, Brenda Bauer. All right, guys. Let's get right on. Wasn't that nice and short? With the show!
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
Hey, guys!
Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
So, how are you guys doing? I am fine. Yes, you can call in 888-775-3773. Number is right here. 888-775-3773. Nice. And I will be getting to, I have Social Pariah actually on the phone, wants to talk about the low birth rates, which is a major problem. And we also have a major problem in the form of the immigration crisis. Thank you, no thank you, sleazy Biden. Yes, Skip, don't be hating on your people's music. What did Skip say about Squad 5-0? Have we seen him in the chat yet? I don't know. But the music was good. I could understand the lyrics this time fine. Thank you. Right on, Bellis Beckenridge. I really liked 90 Pound Wuss last week. Some of you guys did not. And I definitely understand it, I guess. Although, it's pretty undeniable, the appeal, in my opinion. A welfare recipient gave us a super chat on streamlabs.com/Hake is all treble. Whatever, Ray Powers, I'm bass. Not trouble. Streamlabs.com/The Hake Report. A welfare recipient says Earl only speaks Spanish so he can flirt with the Latina CNA. What is a CNA? Who brings him breakfast every morning. Certified nurse's assistant, probably? Something like that. Yeah. Is this true, Earl? Skip says, see, I can't even type right. The devil music has got me where I can't even think right. Fight the system of systemic institutions, said somebody. I will be getting to your calls, guys, but real fast, I have to show this immigration crisis to you. I have actually 3 video clips to show you. Yes. These are all actually low volume clips, so you can actually play them now while I talk about what's going on. I covered this, I touched on this in Hake News. 11,000 Venezuelans at the border, Wix Windex says. 10,999 too many, he says. Or she. Yes, indeed. I'm going to talk about that. But Charlotte Cuthbertson, this is clip 12A, Chris. Charlotte Cuthbertson, who is a senior reporter at the Epoch Times, has been documenting apparently what's been going on down at the border. A U.S. citizen. And when you see this quote-unquote U.S. citizen, this is not Chris. It's not skateboard white Chris down at the border. It's not even ankle baby Nick down at the border. And it's definitely not yours truly, me. A U.S. citizen was caught smuggling 7 Guatemalans in Kinney County, Texas. 2 in the trunk, had borrowed the car from a family member. Look at this footage. You're going to see, apparently this lady was in the car with the Border Patrol people or whoever is doing this law enforcement stuff. And these people, in my opinion, they're too nice to these people crossing the borders. So play this clip 12A right now. And we'll get going. The smuggler said he was promised. You can probably hear a little bit of noise, but don't worry. The smuggler said he was promised $1,000 per person to transport them to San Antonio, Texas. This is down in Kinney, Texas. Now facing a 14-year minimum. So as this guy gets out of the car, you'll see the, I want to say CHP, but that's not CHP because that would be California. This is Texas. Texas Highway Patrol? Is that possible? But you'll see as they walk up to this guy, and the guy in the red shirt is a Hispanic. So all of this is going on, and meanwhile, there are multiple fronts going on. You see, that's that doesn't really look like Nick. That's supposedly a U.S. citizen. Looked not very pro-America. Just put it that way. And I told you about the Venezuelans in Hake News at the end of hour 2 of the Jesse Lee Peterson show, I guess? Yeah. Venezuelans coming across the border, flooding across the border, openly. These ones are sneaking in because they're Guatemalans. Venezuelans have special treatment from sleazy Joe Biden. Let me tell you about what's going on as you watch this video, because they have to deal with this and that. In just the last 7 days, according to a Del Rio Sector Border Patrol Chief Austin Scarrow, reporting June 4th, in just the prior 7 days, their agents encountered over 5,800 migrants, so-called migrants, from 29 different countries. 63 smuggling attempts were caught on our highways. This is probably one of the ones that he's talking about. More than, because this was May 29th, she tweeted this video out. Look at this. People in the trunk. Young guys. Military age, maybe. Mostly male, by the way, coming across the border. Not women and children. Not that I want them either. More than 119,000 illegal aliens from 70 countries apprehended in the sector so far this fiscal year starting October 1st, 2020. Del Rio is a city of just over 3,500 people. I think that's about the size of Temple City, those of you who are local here. Actually, those of you who are local here probably don't even know Temple City. Oh yeah, you've already showed. Did you? Oh, show clip B, because it shows more of these people getting out of the trunk. They get handcuffed. It's ridiculous. Look at that. He's pulling them out. He has his pistol out. Speaking in Spanish to these guys. I'm your friend. Eagle Pass is another city nearby where these Venezuelans are coming in. 30,000 people. Mostly ranch land, actually. So it's probably bigger land area. The number of Venezuelans coming is immense. In this sector alone, with 4 months to go in the fiscal year, 10,864 Venezuelans apprehended by the Border Patrol. More than that, though, because it's like hundreds per day. The whole fiscal 2020, 135 Venezuelans were apprehended. Venezuela is where they have that socialism. And then we were talking, I think they wanted Trump to conduct a coup, a military coup against the president. They were alleging voter fraud. Pots and kettles, am I right? Pots and kettles. Meanwhile, we have these people coming in. And many of them are undetected. They were saying 1,000 a day coming in undetected. They're handcuffing them together. A large portion of Venezuelans live in Florida. Many Venezuelans told the Epoch Times they flew to Cancun, then Monterrey in Mexico before crossing the river into Del Rio. Some came via Colombia. The surge has mainly occurred over the last few months. It's the Biden surge. Biden doesn't care about America. He hates America. Just like Trump did. I mean, Trump did not. Just like Obama did. Obama hated America. To this day, he does. Temporary protected status to Venezuelans, Biden did, on March 8th. Temporary protected status means they can come in here. They can stay, and they won't get deported. It was created in 1990. Temporary protected status grants citizens of eligible nations the ability to stay if they can't safely return to their home country because of so-called natural disasters, armed conflicts, or other factors. 12 countries, citizens of 12 countries in the United States with so-called temporary protected status. I think Cubans are like that, right? El Salvador, Honduras, and Haiti are others. Wow. Many with so-called U.S. citizen children, as in anchor babies, and U.S. citizen so-called spouses. Nationals from Somalia, Sudan, Syria, Yemen also have temporary protected status. Trump had sought to phase out this mess. Show that clip, the one after that. Clip 13. This is down in Del Rio with all these people coming in. They litter, by the way. And where I was raised, you could be fined up to $1,000 if you're caught littering. But these people just willy-nilly do it. And it's documented by the reporters. Shameless. Del Rio, Texas, 57 illegals from Venezuela on last Thursday evening. Look at this. I don't care if it's women and children. Those are not our women and children, and they don't have our values. Hundreds of Venezuelans coming through here every day now, this woman says. And by the way, they go into that, I guess that sugarcane brush and go to the bathroom. Publicly. Trump wanted to phase out that temporary protected status for these Venezuelans, but he lifted it for a smaller number of Venezuelans on his final day in office. Deferred deportation, I guess. I don't know what was going on. But Biden opened the floodgates, and it's sick. If you think that it was Biden. The so-called Biden-Harris administration. He was phasing it out. He wanted to phase it out. Effectively become permanent residency after repeated extensions, sometimes for decades. And it's kind of like the extensions of this so-called unemployment benefits. All nice clothes. Yeah, they change their clothes. They bring their belongings. It's sick. Betas with backpacks, says Max Rex. Yep. The whole country is Mexico now. Yeah, what a shame. And by the way, these people don't even like each other. The Mexicans and the various countries. And by the way, the Mexicans don't even like one another. It's kind of like blacks and women. They don't like each other. Let me get to Social Pariah. He wants to talk about low birth rates, which is compounding this problem, this attack on America. It's the war on white people, which is really the war on decency, logic, freedom, morals, right? Because these people come in, they're not exhibiting morals. Social Pariah in Denver, Colorado. Thanks for holding. What's up? It's good to hear from you.
What's going on, Hake?
Hey, long time no hear.
Yeah, I just was curious on your take about, Jordan Peterson talks about, that society is building a wedge between, well, mainly because, it was predominantly white people, between the sexes with income, with, women making more in income, they're having higher expectations instead of just, having a family. The homes being more expensive, so it's harder to start a family without, you always feel like you got to have more, to have a comfortable life for a family and everything. And I was just wondering how much you thought that was by design, or is that conspiracy theory talk?
No.
Or is it just coincidental?
I mean, evil has a design of destruction, even if the people don't. And I think that some people know what they're doing. And you'll notice that the people, when you feel sorry for people, you do stuff that's like worse for the person you feel sorry for, and it turns out bad for you and everybody around you. And that's what they're hyping. That's what they're pushing, is this false compassion on people. Biden is the phoniest person that you can, or one of the phoniest Irish people that I've ever seen. He's Irish, right? I don't know.
Well,
regardless,
he's so Irish. He's no Irish or my people anyway.
Right.
I don't.
He's a phony person. He's a traitor to America, and exactly. Honestly, he always has been. But he plays up this, oh, I feel sorry for the blacks. Oh, I feel sorry for the people who died of COVID, or the people who know people who died from the China virus. He doesn't call it what it is. But he's a sick person, and that just brings out destruction. And all of this helping women to get their careers going, and women working and raising the minimum wage and printing money and all that stuff, spoiling the people, and also hamstringing the ability of the people to make it on their own. Yeah, I think it is. I wouldn't be against the idea that it's by design. Who knows?
Yeah, it's definitely because
it's kind of irrelevant because it's all evil, regardless whether it was so-called accidental or not. It's evil.
Yeah, I actually watched on YouTube. They have police interrogations of. It's mainly, I wouldn't say mainly, but there was a lot of people in there that were just dissatisfied and wound up killing randomly, and it was like they all had that common reoccurrence.
Huh.
A lot of them were just, what was used to be the American dream is like, especially for millennials, that it's kind of like, just a dissatisfaction and a inability to reach an acceptable pinnacle at a certain age, that caused them to do the things that they did, even though they didn't say it.
Right.
Then interrogators, they kind of wheedle that out of them, over time.
Right.
And it was, of course, once it's been done, they realized that it was a totally wrong thing to do, that it didn't solve anything. It just created a worsening problem, but it just seems like, this is epidemic, and that instead of worrying about things that don't matter, they, it was kind of like, I don't know who said it, that they said that America isn't a corporation, that it's a connected community in a sort of way, that we should care more about, instead of, cheaper product, cheaper goods, working on people being able to afford homes, having, just being more for the people instead of rich corporations.
Yeah, but there's a right way to do that and a wrong way to do that. A lot of people play like they're for the people. Bernie Sanders pretends he's for the people.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah. And what's that guy, Yang? Andrew Yang pretends he's for the people. Phony people. Female-minded. Not Christian. Anti-Christian. Anti-white.
But,
anti-male.
Trump was on the right path. I mean...
Yeah, I agree.
If his personality hadn't gotten in the way, he actually had, whenever they asked him, what are you going to do for this, and he's like, I'm going to create good jobs. It's like, yeah, that's pretty much, once your self-esteem goes up, you can afford things like a family. Problems go away whenever you have good paying jobs and in abundance.
He brought that up with regard to the black community because of all the Black Lives Matter agitators in his rallies from the time that before he was president, when he was running for president. All these Black Lives Matter agitators, he would frequently throw them out, right? He said, I could talk to these people. And don't we all want like a good job, a good life, happiness, peace?
Sure.
But then, of course, he knows some people you can't talk to. He said, I think I could talk to these people, but some people you cannot talk to. He said that because he knows that there are unreasonable, evil people.
I think the ones he was talking about, though, he could. Because,
right.
Even whenever I was listening to those investigations, I was like, man, I could have told that guy. I could have, if they had a time machine, I could have fixed that problem. It's really as stupidly simple as what Trump, made it out to be, And everybody wants to overcomplicate things, but that's why. He was the best. He's going to go down as the best president ever. And history is going to prove that out. But it just won't happen for probably many, many years.
You felt his? Did you say his personality got in the way?
Well, yeah, I guess that's kind of systematic of the reason he was good at real estate and stuff. You kind of, you're a product of what your surroundings. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just think that not everybody, sees where he's coming from. His end goal.
Right. Interesting, man. We'll see what happens. Are you going to make it to the men's conference?
I would love to. I don't know if I'll, because right now it's,
Right on.
Yeah.
That's cool. I respect that. You can catch what you can catch online. We'll be hopefully streaming church with Jesse Lee Peterson the next day at 10 Eastern. So it's going to be 4 hours earlier than usual. Normally we are live at 2 Eastern because it's 11 Pacific, church normally is. But the day after the men's conference, we'll have church earlier in the morning so that people can get out of Orlando later the afternoon or whatever, if they need to. I liked I liked Trump's personality. I think that was excellent.
He was definitely entertaining,
Right. And it was entertaining because it was the truth. The truth is, as Tucker Carlson wrote about President Trump before he became president, he said that Tucker Carlson wrote in, I think, the Daily Beast or something, of all places, somewhere. Maybe not the Daily Beast, I don't know. They're enemies of America. But he wrote, the truth is thrilling. And that is true.
Well, that's what, when Jesse talks to people and they get hurt and they never can get past, the word that he said, It's like, well, you look at the overall thing, not at that word that he said, whenever Trump said something about, well, there's a lot of rapists coming from Mexico.
Right. That's a fact.
Nobody heard the second, third, fourth, fifth word after that. That's where they stopped. They just quit listening after that.
Because they're evil. And, they don't like the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, that the truth offends.
Yep.
And,
I think Jesus was the same way. He spoke with power. People said, I never heard him. I think in the Bible I read that people had never heard a man speak with such authority as when Jesus spoke. So it was like captivating. And he attracted thousands, and also thousands turned away from him, including the last 12 at one point when times got real tough.
Well, if you let your ego get in the way, then you're never really gonna reach the truth. You got to hear it. I think some people hear it whether they agree or not. It hits the mark.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice to talk with you, Social Pariah. You have a family of your own?
I
Without
don't.
doxing?
But yeah, I got a job.
Nice. Right on, man.
Yeah, I do. I do appliance repair. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember you saying that.
Yeah. It's so right now it's kind of up and down. COVID screwed everything up, with logistics and getting parts and everything. It's kind of a struggle right now, but I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
Cool. Right on, man. Keep trucking.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Take care. Interesting. Before I'm going to Jacob in Charlotte, North Carolina next, and then Keith in Illinois. Jacob wants to talk about Jesus being God. I don't know what he thinks on that. Yale University featured an anti-white rant, according to Keith, maybe? I will get to you guys next. Hang tight. I have Jason in Long Island, New York. How to deal with the hate comments. And then a fan favorite, T in Alabama. What makes you white and more? One line open, guys. But quickly, I put in a picture just now of this guy named Patrick Purdy. He was one of the early white male mass shooters. I'm putting air quotes on it. Shout out, Jeanette. This guy up in Stockton, California. It's kind of NorCal, Bay Area, I want to say, near Cleveland or something like that. No, not Cleveland. Oakland. Near Oakland, I would say, right? Do you see this guy's face? Patrick Purdy. Born November 10th, 1964. Died January 17th, 1989. Then that's the day. He was 24 years old at the time. Looks like Chris. No, I'm kidding. A little bit. Except this guy's blonde. And this male was a child of divorce and a messed up young person. A welder, but unemployed. His mother divorced and remarried. And his father was allegedly, threatening to kill her with a firearm or something like that. Who knows? Chris says his dad grew up near Stockton, as in John Stockton. Every time I hear the name Stockton, I think of John Stockton. Not that they named Stockton after John Stockton, because it was around before John Stockton, who is a basketball player, white. Therefore, he was my favorite. No, but he was all right. I liked him. But this guy, his mother divorced and remarried, and divorced again. Divorced and remarried by the time this guy was 5. Before he was 5, really. Crazy. And he was banned from his mother's house because he attacked his mother. This Patrick Purdy guy, this is 1989, guys. This is another story akin to, what's that guy who shot up the place that we didn't know if it was real or not at first? Up in, oh man, not New Jersey. Up in that area, though. Connecticut, somewhere. It was a school shooting. Elementary schoolyard shooting. Cleveland elementary schoolyard shooting. Killed 6 people. Yeah, Sandy Hook. Adam Lanza type. Right? And this man, and I use the term man loosely, this Patrick Purdy guy, he was upset because There were a lot of Asians coming in. Remember, he was born in 64. Immigration Act of 1965. By 1989, he was an angry person. Angry because of a messed up family, on drugs, on alcohol. He was a welder, but he was unemployed. I think he had multiple run-ins with the police, maybe even spent time in jail. His half-brother, same story, messed up situation. He was arrested. Police confiscated BB guns from this guy when he was 12 years old. First arrested at age 15 at a court order violation, underage drinking, a mess. Arrested for prostitution in 1980. What a mess. Dealing drugs. All kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Attacked his mother, as I recall, as many of these people do. And he goes and shoots and kills 5 people and then kills himself. Injures 32 at a school shooting. The reason I bring this up is because these people hate what is logical. What would be logical? Don't be supporting the divorce mess. Don't be supporting feeling sorry for people on drugs. Enabling that mess. Don't be bringing in all these Asians and other immigrants, taking all the jobs. This guy was angry about that too. And what did California do in response to this school shooting? 1989, guys. Some of you were barely born, or not even born. Democrats blamed the guns. And I think 1989, there were a lot of Republicans around too. Rhinos? Who knows? But that's when California instituted this assault weapons ban. I guess this guy did, I don't know what he used. Let's see. Cleveland Elementary School shooting in Stockton, California. A Norinco Type 56S semi-automatic rifle and a Taurus PT-92 pistol and arson fire. Murder-suicide. Unknown motive, but likely racial hatred, eviction, personal and legal stress. Used Molotov cocktail. Norinco is Chinese, says Nick. But it was a semi-auto rifle. And a pistol. And a Molotov cocktail, whatever. Killing 5 children, wounding 30 others, including a teacher. Many were Cambodian and Vietnamese immigrants who had come to the United States as so-called refugees. And then he shot himself with a pistol. Carved the words freedom, victory, earthman, and Hezbollah on his rifle. His flak jacket inscribed with PLO, Libya, and death to the great Satan. As in Satan, but he spelled it Satin. What a mess. And so what do? They ban the guns. But this past Friday, a federal judge said that's unconstitutional. To ban so-called assault weapons. By assault weapons, they just mean rifles that are worth anything. You know what I mean? Oh, they want you to have only cap guns so that you cannot defend yourself. You cannot defend yourself. That's what they did. Gavin Newsom called this federal judge who said that AR-15s are a perfect home defense weapon. He said he called that ruling a threat to public safety. What a shame. He's the threat. Sick, huh? Nasty people. Let me get to Jacob from Charlotte, North Carolina. Jacob, how are you doing?
What's up, Hake? How are you, man?
Hey.
Hey.
Nice to hear from you.
Nice to hear from you as well. Long time since I talked to you.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk to you about Jesus being God. I work in a cigar lounge on Sundays.
Okay.
At a church. And
a church has a cigar lounge?
No, that'd be awesome, though, right?
I don't know.
I'm gonna invent that if it's ever, if it hasn't been invented yet one day.
Stay close to your phone, Jacob. It's coming in kind of quiet for me.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, much better. Wow.
Sorry about that. Yeah, no. I just work at a cigar lounge on Sunday because I like cigars. And so I just, a little extra money.
Okay.
No big deal. And a pastor came in, and I was talking to him. Young guy. He was a cool guy. He was a church in Charlotte. So, and I might go. I don't know. But I was telling him, and just to preface this, hey, I actually don't care if Jesus is God or not, honestly, because, that won't help me to know that. Like, it doesn't help me, actually, in my real life.
Yeah.
So just to preface it, I don't really have a strong opinion either way. But he did make some sense of what he was saying. I brought it to his attention that in the Bible, Jesus talks about greater works will you do, and it's not me, it's the Father that sent me and stuff like that.
Right.
I brought it to his attention, and he was like, well, if Jesus wasn't God, then, and I'm not going to do his argument any justice, I guarantee it. But, because it's not my argument, right? That's how,
Yeah.
But he essentially was like, well, Jesus was God and man, which doesn't make sense to me. But the point he made was that because he came from Mary or something like that, he wasn't born like through a man or something like that. It was just so, honestly, dude, I can't even remember his argument, to tell you the truth, Hake.
Yeah.
But it made me think, though, and it made me kind of reconsider, the arguments that Jesse was saying too.
I don't think that getting into arguing about it is going to be good for you or us either, because it's just intellectual mumbo jumbo.
Yeah.
Just stick with what's simple, and just wonder about it if you want to wonder about it. Don't settle on anything until you know for yourself.
Yeah.
Because these intellectuals will explain away anything.
That's true.
That's true. People make it okay to be homosexual, and they think that it's biblical and that God made them this way and all kinds of mess. People do all kinds of stuff. I'm sure that pastor wouldn't be for that, but yeah, people use that to justify continuing to sin and all kinds of stuff, which is directly against the Bible.
Yeah,
that they pretend that they believe.
Yeah, is it bad though that I don't care? I really don't care if Jesus is God or not, man. You know what I mean? Like I really don't care. So. And he was saying it was an important issue, right? He was saying, like, you have to, if you're a Christian, you have to believe that Jesus is God. And I don't
that's not true. No, I think that's people make up all kinds of things and say, oh, this is it's denying Jesus if you say that he's not God. I think it's denying Jesus to say that he is, because Jesus said Jesus had a God, and that was God.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I think they're the ones who are denying Jesus.
Yeah, but honestly, dude, even if that is the case, like, they believe that, like, I honestly, like, because, like, Jesse kind of says, man, like, suffer and die, like, do what you want to do.
Right.
Does that affect me? What you do? Like, honestly,
the reason that it's important is you don't want to believe something that's not true.
Well, yeah, but you can hold your belief until you find out more.
Yeah, suspend your, don't let people try to force you to make up your mind. And don't get sucked into, you say that you don't care, but you do care enough to call about it, and you're wondering, and it's a weird situation. But what happens oftentimes is people get sucked into intellectual arguments, and then their pride gets involved.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, it's pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also, one thing that, man, attracted me to listening to Jesse was his strength and his simplicity, man.
Yeah.
And conviction too.
Right.
And I really respect that a lot. And I saw that he wasn't like one of these weak Christians, and he didn't, I saw that, and it was important to me.
Yeah.
So it still is important to me. And so now that's kind of like whether you're a Christian or whether you're believing Jesus or not. That's what I look for. I look for strength. I don't look for like intellectual ideas and stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep, that's true. But you still, even still, you don't want to believe Jesse just because he said it and because he's strong. You want to see for yourself regardless. If you don't know for yourself, just don't have a decision.
Yeah. And that leaves you in like a humble kind of state too.
Yeah.
Right? 'Cause you're not, but it's good though.
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Interesting, man. You gonna be able to make it to the men's conference?
Absolutely. Yep.
In a couple of months
I got
here?
my tickets, man.
Nice.
Got my ticket. Yep. I got the middle. I think it's like 3 different prices. I got like the middle one.
Okay. Appreciate that.
I will be there in Orlando. I'm gonna fly over there and see you guys. I was talking to Nick about if we're gonna have T-shirts or not. Hake, if you have Hake T-shirts, I'll buy a couple, man.
Okay. All right.
You have them there.
Thank you for the heads up. I hadn't even thought of that. Cool, man. Great suggestion.
If you got like a stand or something with some Hake shirts, I'll buy the hell out of them.
What size? Large, medium?
I'm a large, yeah.
Okay.
I'm a large.
Cool, man.
Yeah, because Teespring, I like Teespring, but it takes too long with Teespring for some reason. I don't know. Like,
I've noticed that. You order a T-shirt and you get it. I always tell people you get it 2 weeks after you forget that you've ordered it.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It feels like, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Looking forward to wearing the Hake shirt, and it's like taking forever. So, I forget about it, and then it surprises you. Like, whoa. And then,
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right, Jacob.
Take it easy, brother. Thanks for picking up.
Yeah. You too. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Let me quickly get to Keith in Illinois. He wants to talk about this anti-white rant. Apparently, there was one at Yale University. I bet you there's probably one or multiple ones every day at any one of these sleazy universities. What's up, Keith in Illinois? How are you doing?
Hey, what's up, Hake? How are you and the crew?
Doing fine. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I saw that lady, that supposed to be Indian lady. Now, she's from India, right? Talking all this hate, about white people. She could kill them, run up, have a gun and shoot them, right? I'm like, okay. But you look like a white lady. You dress like a white lady. You got white makeup on like a white. You got your hair like a white woman.
Wow.
So you're so hypocritical, you know what I'm saying? You see her clothes, designer clothes, you know what I'm saying? And her makeup and her hair looks like a white woman. So, it's so hypocritical. It's just,
A New York City shrink tells a Yale audience, this is from New York Post, that she fantasizes about, wow, I shudder to even repeat this, shooting white people in the head. That's the headline from the New York Post.
If you didn't know, she looks exactly like a white woman. She got her makeup on.
Oh,
lighter.
This is
she
what
got a jacket on.
We covered it on the Jesse Lee Peterson show.
She got her clothes looking like she's a white woman. Talking about she wants to kill white people.
Dr. Aruna Kilanani.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sounds like an Indian name or something.
Yeah, she is. But does she look like an Indian at all? No. She looks like a white woman.
Like American.
She's
Not American.
Oh,
yeah. Okay, I saw this picture on the Jesse Lee Peterson show.
Yeah. The jacket, costs like, hundreds of dollars, maybe close to $1,000. Everything she's dressed like is like a white yuppie liberal woman. Talking about she hates white people. What a hypocrite.
Yeah, she looks like a white-ish, white Hispanic maybe, with a good tan and garish lipstick and garish eyeshadow or something.
That's all I'm saying.
Do you have pictures of her?
And another thing, I got about two things. I'm making it real fast. I know
Terrible.
And another thing, it's like I saw this guy, I think they call him Killer Mike, talking about you should invest your money in black banks. My thing is this. I knew a black bank was in Chicago on the south side. And I lived in the suburbs. So I happened to go out to that bank, and I knew a guy that worked out there. And I saw the interest rate was 2% higher in the black bank than it was in a so-called white bank. and so black people expect, this is what they expect. I'm going to tell you what they expect. They expect me to pay a $10 sandwich when I can go to pay the same $7 at a white man's store. They want me to pay $10. And if I don't, I'm not black. And then what happens is they live a lavish lifestyle. They got their Escalades, their women on the side. They're taking trips to the Bahamas. They're flashing all this wealth in front of me, but doing nothing for their community.
Wow.
So they trick black people you ought to be black, just do this for black. But they don't return any of it to the black community was, just like the Democrats, they return nothing to the black community whatsoever.
Yeah.
I know I'm black, I know. And one more thing, like, Jason, T, and Earl should get a limit of 1 minute and 30 seconds because, we know how they think. No, really, they should set a time, let them talk, and be like, okay, thanks for calling in. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the same old rhetoric.
Yeah.
Like Jason don't want to bring up the fact that, if the Democrats are so good for black people, why have they been suffering for the last 60 years? I'm talking about crime, murder, mayhem, death, destruction, disease, pimping, drugging, drive-by. They have destroyed the black community, yet and still he wants to, for somehow, he acts like he can't see that, and then he wants to promote, that they switch. So I wouldn't even talk to them fools. I give them 1 minute, 30 seconds at the time, and thanks for calling. And that's it.
Appreciate it, Keith. Good to hear from you. Take care, man.
All right, thanks a lot.
Oh, you going to make it to the men's conference?
Oh, no. I won't be to. I wish I could.
Okay. All right, man.
All right, buddy.
Take care. Before I get to calls, some people are like, she doesn't look white at all, North Reich says. What the? She doesn't look white at all. But to blacks, she might look a little white. White Hispanic. Man, like Floyd Mayweather talking about he was going to... Okay, the style. Yeah, her style. True. Yeah, she does. She totally adopted the white style. On her April 6th lecture, this is from the Seattle Times. Oh, well, it's by way of New York Times, really. It's a New York Times. The failing New York Slimes article. She recalled a white therapist telling her in a psychoanalysis that she was psychotic whenever she expressed anger at racism. Well, that's what anger is, psychotic. And she had spent years unpacking her racism to her, even though she was the one being charged for the sessions. This is the cost of talking to white people at all, the cost of your own life as they suck you dry. This woman, she needs a silent prayer. Her April 6th lecture said that she has a psychological dynamic that is PTSD on repeat, patiently explaining racism to white people. If you were so patient, you wouldn't be annoyed. It wouldn't be PTSD. Yeah. White people when people of color become angry, white people use that anger as confirmation that we're crazy or have emotional problems. Same thing that you guys do to white people. Anytime that a white gets angry, oh, another angry white man or woman. And they use the K word against the white woman. No, not that K word. I dare not even repeat that K word. Either of those K words. No, the other one. It's a 2-syllable word. It ends with the N. But it's actually a beautiful name. It's a beautiful name. Karen is a beautiful name. But they're using it for a slur. How evil can you be? It's an anti-white slur. What a shame. So this woman is sick. And that's a psychiatrist. Terrible. But this is what's enabled. Female thinking. Female-minded thinking. By the way, it was interesting that this so-called white guy, Patrick Purdy, had all of these, like, Muslim inscriptions. PLO, isn't that Palestinian Liberation something? Or maybe it's China. People's Liberation Army? But has Libya, death to the great Satan, Hezbollah on his rifle. I'm talking about this guy who, back in 1989, shot and killed a bunch of Asian kids, and then himself. And the phony politicians, even back then in 1989, exploited that not to bring back the family, to get rid of this divorce scourge and the drug madness, but they went after the decent people's gun rights. Very key. Very key. Second Amendment. What a mess. But he seemed not even affiliated with whiteness or America. Death to the great Satan? He was anti-American. What a mess. And society set him up, and his parents did too. Let me get to T in Alabama. He's been on hold forever. Wants to ask, what makes you white? What's up, T? It's good to hear from you.
Yeah, same here, James. How you doing, man?
All right. Did you hear Keith only wants me to give you 90 seconds?
I heard that, idiot.
Speak up close to the phone, T. You're coming in a little rough and quiet.
Okay, give me a second. Let me do something right quick.
God is a 3-in-1. 1 John 5:7. No, we are united. We are united with Christ. Does that mean we're God too? No. T, you ready?
Okay, can you hear me?
Wow. Yes.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I heard. Say Keith.
Yeah, Keith from Illinois.
Okay.
A man.
I mean, yeah, I heard that fool, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I heard that fool.
Aren't you a Christian? You're not supposed to call people fools. Jesus said it.
Okay, James. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, question is, man. Like I said, I try to ignore ignorant folks like that gentleman, man.
Okay.
But anyway, in regards to, I want to ask you a question.
I don't consider him ignorant or a fool.
No, I do.
All right.
I mean, for him to make the comment, like when he gets on the show, his comments are so enlightening. Okay, like he talks about anything different when he gets on the show.
You're doing a good job ignoring him.
Yeah. So, but I mean, honestly,
apparently you couldn't. Apparently
sure.
he's not an. Apparently he's not an ignorant fool because you couldn't ignore him.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean that's my first time since he mentioned my name.
Yeah.
That I really listened to him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
Seriously, I'm quite sure that from the way it sounds, he talks about the same thing when he gets on the show. So, I mean,
Yeah.
And I'm quite sure I'm probably correct on that, right? Quite sure. But anyway.
Didn't get your point, but go ahead.
Yeah. But I just want to ask you a question, Jane. What makes you white, man?
I guess my parents.
Your parents.
Yeah, my parents
so
made me white.
What made them white?
God made me white through my parents.
God made you white through your parents.
On the outside.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. On the outside. So you. Okay. So.
Are you a boomer, T?
So what?
Are you a boomer or a Gen X?
What's a boomer?
A boomer is
what
like,
is that?
I don't know, 57
Some made up word.
57 through 75, something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can put me there, I guess.
All right.
If you want to use that terminology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason I ask is because there was a white 48? 1948. Oh, 1948. Okay.
Oh, were you saying age?
Yeah. I was like, whoa. Okay. Yeah. The reason I ask is because there was a white boomer who said white and black are not colors, they're hues on the Jesse Lee Peterson show.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, white and black and white are just made up words. Just like y'all you like to say on your show. It's a made up term. And, it was used for its control. I think I sort of discussed this with you once before, since you like to use colorization.
So you don't call yourself black or white, and you don't call people white or black?
I mean, for the sake of society and so forth, I mean, I guess you have to go along with that terms, but no, I don't consider myself black. I'm not black.
So does that mean
if I look in the mirror,
you're doing that because you don't want to be controlled?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it possible you're being controlled some other way than the term white or black?
First of all, there's only one race, okay, and that's the human race, right?
What good does that do people to say that?
What good does it do people to say what? I mean, it's the truth, though, right?
I don't know.
Is it?
I don't know.
I mean, seriously. I mean, the term white was simply made up of a way of putting a group of people above other folks, and that's true fact.
Actually, did you know that it's being used right now to put people below other people? Put whites at the bottom?
Well, I mean,
and the people of color over and against them?
It's putting white folks at the bottom.
Yeah, they're trying to pit all of the POCs against white people.
No, it's just a way of
Did you
control.
notice that?
Okay, isn't it
Yeah,
white
it's another
people
way of
that,
control.
saying the same terms?
It's a way of
Is
controlling.
it so-called white people that using the same terms as far as, don't they use the term white supremacy and so forth?
Yeah, the people that you agree with?
I mean, it was used as a form of white supremacy, James.
I don't know
I mean,
about that.
you know, that's just the truth, man. I want you to read, and seriously, you know, I know you guys hate, you know, receipts, okay, and written learning.
Receipts.
Y'all just like to go on stuff and you know, to entertain your cult members.
Okay, just
okay? Like
hold that
guys
thought.
like Keith.
Hold it right there. Let me just clarify a minor point. Human is not a race. It is a species. Race is the traditional term for subspecies of the species. Human, a.k.a. Homo sapiens superior. So we are all humans, but that's our species. We are all the same species, but we're different races, which we use as a term for the subspecies. That's how you get the blacks, the whites, the Asians, and the Indians.
Okay. Did they use that term? Did Jesus use that term when he, as far as what you know, as far as biblical terms?
Don't know. He did talk about Samaritans and Jews and Gentiles.
Who were like a group of people, right?
Right. That's all we are, groups of people.
Yeah. But anyway, I just want to, as far as getting to the modern terms, as far as us, okay, black, white, okay, that term, and I always try to tell y'all, man, to look up Bacon's. This is for all you listeners out there. I want y'all to do your history on Bacon's Rebellion, okay, and learn how that term white. See, you people, as far as the term white folks, okay, did not come into existence until around the 1600s.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you for the history lesson.
Yeah, from that term, yeah. That's when y'all came into existence for the term white people. Yeah, truly.
No, I wouldn't come into existence until 1981. Well, maybe a little before 1981.
The category of white people, that's when that term was used.
So the Bible
put into law.
So the Bible uses the terms nation, which is the anachronistic term for race, derived from the Latin natal. Natal is like born as.
Yeah, like I said, the term white people was used
Nation, nationalist is like we are a people.
Yeah. But the term of white people was used, the term white people was used as a method of control of a group of, you know, where the elites.
So what you don't realize, T, is you're controlled by your anger.
See, y'all love to say that, James.
You are. What can be more controlling, a word or the anger attached to all this intellectual mumbo jumbo?
So what makes you think I'm angry, James?
Because you call in with just pure bitterness and scorn.
No.
You have pure bitterness and scorn. Everybody can hear it.
James. I mean, that's all you guys talk on your show.
Do you not have scorn
put down
for me and for JLP? Do you not hold scorn?
Let me tell you this, man.
Do you know what scorn is?
No, tell me.
Do you know what scorn is? No, I asked you a question. Do you know what it is?
No, I don't.
You don't know what scorn is?
No, tell me. I don't know. Tell me.
Wow, how do you not know what scorn is if you know all this history
James,
of white?
Why don't you tell me, man?
The feeling or belief, feel or express contempt for. You hold contempt for JLP and for me.
No, not for you as a person or just as a person, but it's the rhetoric, the lies.
But that's your excuse.
The deceitfulness.
That's your excuse.
That you guys preach. No, it's not an excuse.
Yeah,
it's
people.
The truth,
a child will not distinguish. You had children, right?
Yeah.
And if you expressed scorn for their deceitfulness or whatever, they would not have known the difference. They would have only felt hatred from you.
No,
Neither does God. God doesn't say, "Oh, I hate this sin, hate the sin, not the sinner."
So-called scorn my kids, they know why I'm doing it. You know, they know if they did something, they deserved it. Okay, but see, you guys
says
don't
you
want to acknowledge that. Okay, that's the problem. Like I said, I got nothing against you, James.
Yeah, okay.
Again, you're being controlled by Jesse.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought you said we were controlled by words. I thought you were said we were controlled by white and black.
Well, you're being controlled by Jesse's words, if you want to just put it that way.
You're just jealous because you can't call into the Jesse Lee Peterson show because you're too prideful.
Yeah.
You are the worst of the worst. T. Did you know that?
A coward, man.
Did you know that? No,
That's all that is.
Did you know
It just says a coward.
Did you know that Tony from California was also banned from the Jesse Lee Peterson show, but he called the office and apologized, and he got back on. But you're too prideful.
Okay, so
pride comes before the fall.
Why should someone? No, listen, Jane. Let me say this. Why should someone stroke Jesse's ego?
That's not stroking his ego. That's apologizing because you're wrong.
It is. Okay, no,
it's apologizing because you're wrong.
No. Why can't someone? Don't y'all have
you're
people
too proud.
calling in on your show and give opinions constantly on your show, James?
Are you glad I gave you more than?
Handle?
Are you gonna thank me for giving you more than 90 seconds?
Because Keith said it.
Right.
But I just want to say.
Are you gonna thank me?
Are y'all afraid of what?
Are you gonna thank me?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
you're welcome.
You didn't do what Keith told you to do.
He said thank you. I heard that. Thank you, T.
Should I thank you? James, it's totally up to you, man.
No, it's up to you whether you thank me or not.
I mean, I've seen you give folks 30 minutes on your show, man. They just run on by nothing.
Says you.
James.
Says you.
Let me just ask you this, man. Let me just ask
you this. Last word.
I'm going to let you go, man, because like I said, Jesse has trained.
I got to go. He calls in and just complains about Jesse on my show. I can't give that much airtime to that. Lines are full, guys. We are over the top of the hour. I have to get to the callers after this. I have one more. Actually, I have two more. I'm playing 3 Squad 5-0 songs a day, I think, okay? Because I have that many Squad 5-0 songs to play. And I have your super chats to read, guys. I do see them. Coming up next, Ben in New York City, Skip in Augusta, Georgia. Kamala's going down to Guatemala. She doesn't care about America. She should stay down there. That would be very nice. I have clips actually from Trump speaking. Do you guys think that Trump was just a vaccine salesman? I'll be right back, guys. Squad 5-0, A Star is Born. I'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes. Enjoy this song. It's not too abrasive. Some might think, oh, this sounds... One of my friends said, this sounds like Rancid. And another friend said, I've heard that it sounds a lot like Operation Ivy. Whatever. It's still enjoyable. So enjoy. And I'll be back for the rest of hour 2. It's what you need. Sounds like Op Ivy, as in Operation Ivy, without the talent, says Constable Odie. Wow, whatever. It's Christian music. You have to expect that. No, I like them. Do you like ska music? I like ska music, says Jack Gaddis. Well, that's not my favorite part of this group's stuff in this particular album, but whatever. This one ain't that bad, says Jib Jab. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sounds like music to smoke pot to. I rebuke that. Matthew L. Fun bass line, says Boneless Tony. Let's hear the dingies. Hey, I know the dingies. What's up? Aldebaran. Okay, guys. Appreciate the support. Let me read some super chats from you guys. I saw some from Lin Yan Shin. Let me pull them up. Much better than the wuss music, by the way, says Matthew L. If the music bothers Marcus, then that's all that matters, says Jeff Casey. Punk music, yuck, says Austin 316. It is Christian music, so they don't do drugs. Lin Yan Chin says, thank you, Chris, for raising the white level via harmonic resonance with James Hake's inner white heart. Did Joel Friday teach you to the path of prance as a child of France, 30%? He did not teach us that. No. Chris says no. But thank you, Lin Yan Chen. He also says illegal entry, referring to these illegals who've been coming in. The lines are full, guys. I will get to you. I have a first-time caller who wants to talk about, from Detroit, Dula, who wants to talk about my insensitivity to Georgia, Florida, etc. I call him Georgia, Florida because they lionize that man, which is a disservice. The illegal entry makes one an enemy of the state and nation that should own that country. Yes. They aren't men, women, and children, but enemy combatants. Invaders, one might say. I add that. But he says, seeking to devour your life quality, and eventually your life as they replace you in their higher reproduction rates. Yeah. He said, what Lin Yan Chen gave a trovo.live/the Hake Report supercap and said, what we need to support most is birth, liberty, and curiosity of #white, #baby, #engineers. The hashtags are for emphasis. So we can overcome overpopulation, quote unquote, which isn't a thing in the world. Which isn't a thing in a world of innovation. Yeah. If we're bringing in value, then there is no overpopulation because people of value are productive and not the type that, oh, I'm a productive member of society because I went to college and got a degree. That's not productive. What a mess. Thank you, guys. Asmodor says, your Teutonic ancestry makes you white. Oh, like the Teutonic Knights. I knew a person who was a Teutonic Knight, I believe. Let me just double check the Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/the Hake Report. A welfare recipient clarifies for the boomer that hue, H-U-E, is another word for color. So if the caller said black and white aren't colors, they're shades, that statement would have been more accurate, not hues. Yeah, I think you're right, a welfare recipient. Appreciate the support and the valuable comments. Okay, before I get back to calls, I think I said I have Ben coming up next. Real quick, let me show you a real president. He said that the news ignored, this is clip 11, the news ignored Biden falling down on the plane stairs. Remember that? Meanwhile, they overhyped when Trump gingerly walked down, like he had a beta back, a ramp. It's about a minute long. It goes on and on. But it's kind of entertaining. He spoke yesterday in North Carolina. Not yesterday. I guess it was Friday or Saturday or something. I think it was Saturday. At the annual state Republican convention in Greenville, North Carolina, I believe. So listen to President Trump talking about the phony that we have occupying the White House right now. Occupying, one might say illegally, but I don't know. I got this from Newsmax TV on Twitter. Here's Trump. Listen to this.
And do you ever notice when he had a hard time going up the stairs on the plane? Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks. The news didn't cover it. Not one network covered it. Now, when I made the best speech I've ever made, they said it was at West Point. And it was pouring. And I had a ramp. There was a nice skating rink. And I said to the general, I said, General, I may have to grab you because the last thing I'm doing is going down. So I walked gingerly down. That was on every newscast in the world, and I never went down either. I never went on my ass, I'll tell you. I wasn't going to fall.
I bleeped it for you guys.
I think that was a booby trap. I think I'll never forget that ramp. That was like a sheet of ice. It was cold, rainy, and that ramp was long and steep. I said, General, I might have to grab you, but I'm not going down under. And unfortunately, I wasn't wearing American shoes. I had Italian shoes, nice leather. Leather. It's like an ice skating rink. But they made that a big story, but they didn't make the Biden fall. The triple fall. I call it the triple fall.
Wow, some of you guys are kind of bitter against Trump. Anderson Moffat, are you calling him a typical rhino? Or maybe I just don't understand. Anyway, he's right. They are, it's a double standard. And people say, that's a logical fallacy to call something a double standard. It's not an argument. Doesn't have to be an argument. It's reality. Let me quickly get to Ben in New York City. I have more from Trump. He will be bragging about the, what he did with the vaccines. He made the vaccines happen. And some people, Trump is a complete narcissist to the core, says, think for myself, nah. But he's smiling about it. So I'm not sure what you mean. Let me quickly get to Ben in New York City. Wants to talk about this. Kamala Harris. Talk about a narcissist. What an evil woman.
Good morning, Jake. How was your breakfast?
It was fine, thank you. Had a third of a sandwich. Turkey sandwich.
Nice.
Yeah.
So did you hear the news about Kamala? Or Kamala or Kamala?
Kamala Harris. Cackling Kamala Harris. Yeah, she's going out of the country for the first time since being a fake vice president. I call her fake because she's a phony person.
She's willing to go to Central America, but she's not willing to go to the border.
Right. I know.
Whoa.
She's like, I'm not going to play political games. That's all you ever do. Yeah. Sick.
She's like the Indian Joker.
Yeah.
Anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit about Donald Trump. You know, everybody loves this guy. This guy's the most lovable guy in the world.
You know what's interesting about Kamala? Her father is Jamaican. Her mother is Indian.
He doesn't even like her. He doesn't like her.
Oh yeah, he doesn't like her.
He spoke against her.
Yeah, because she spoke about. He's a liberal too, but she talked about. Oh yeah, I smoke pot. I'm half Jamaican. Something like that, right? And he did not like that she expanded or perpetuated the stereotype that Jamaicans smoke pot, which is self-imposed. They put that on themselves. Or they're a big star guy. Remember that guy? I forget his name.
I mean, I guess, but I seriously doubt that every Jamaican smokes pot over there in that country.
What I was going to say is she has an Indian first name, but meaning like from her mother's side. Because Kamala is from India, an India name, I believe. Not a Jamaica name.
Kamala is white, quote unquote white. She's from the upper class of the caste system in India.
Okay.
So she shouldn't need to respond to me. But what I wanted to say is this: that everyone is brown. There's no black or white. Everyone is blonde. Different shades of brown.
Are you a boomer?
What is a boomer? I don't even know what a boomer is anymore.
You're a boomer. No, I'm kidding. A boomer is late 50s to mid 70s, I think.
No, I was born in the 80s.
Oh, okay. You're
That's like millennial?
You're a millennial boomer.
I'm a millennial, yeah. I'm a millennial.
Right on. Okay.
I think everyone is brown. It's like a different shade of brown. The thing that you.
I'm not. I'm white.
No, I don't think you're white. You're just like a light brown, extremely light brown.
I'm a light peach, yellowish, white. But I'm definitely
do you
white.
know the boxer named Canelo Alvarez?
Carmelo Alvarez.
No, Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo Alvarez. Is he the fat one?
No, he's not fat. He's a boxer.
No, there's a fat boxer who's fast. Like, oh my gosh.
Andy Ruiz.
Yeah.
No, he's just fat.
But he's pretty
Mr.
fast.
Pac-Man.
Oh my gosh.
He's Mr. Pac-Man. Mr. Pac-Man.
So is
Canelo Alvarez, he's whiter than you, but he's from Mexico.
Okay, yeah. He's a white Hispanic.
Super white.
Right.
He's like Jorge Ramos, but supercharged.
But what's the point of saying most people are brown? Or shades of brown?
Different shades. Like you can't be completely black, and you can't be completely white unless you're like an albino. Like albino people have that.
One day, I hope to be white on the inside and on the outside.
We all have to be white on the inside.
Right.
And being white on the inside means that
snow.
You're pure and you're just for God and you're for humanity.
Right. Yep.
From the Bible, Christianity. Everything else is just like made up, whatever.
But this stuff about our physical characteristics aren't that different and stuff like that. That's not it. In my opinion, it misses the point because the point is the heart. If people's hearts are evil,
most of the people that do me wrong or try to do anything bad to me, they're like black and Hispanics, quote unquote. Like, why do I care about quote unquote white people? Like, I'm worried about what these other people around me are doing. You know?
Yeah, the first people who wrong you are in your own family.
Of course, I mean, even like the whole black on black crime. I mean, that's what it is, black on black crime.
Right, and it's at a I put a WH. At a way higher rate than others, and it's like to this day it's out of control.
Handguns. It's straight handguns.
Right.
There's no AR-15.
It's not assault weapons.
AK-47.
I know.
You know the stuff that makes the news is like AK-47, AR-15,
right.
You know M16. I mean, if they get a hold of that.
Because those are effective weapons.
But it's you could custom make a handgun and put a drum on it, and you could just.
Yeah.
Continually shoot whatever you want to shoot.
It's an attack on decent people.
Just look at the Virginia Tech shooter.
Yeah, that Asian guy, right? He had a couple of handguns,
that was straight
right?
handguns.
Yep.
That was no AR-15. He just, he did what he got to do.
Yeah. Crazy.
He went on some John Wick mission. Unfortunately.
Yeah, except John Wick was what John Wick did was all self-defense. You're talking about Jack Bauer, John Wick Rittenhouse?
Free Kyle.
Yeah, I agree, man.
I mean, listen, Kyle.
It was beautiful what he did.
I'm just happy that Robert Burns is he's his lawyer. I think
Robert Barnes. He's his lawyer. Okay, yeah. I didn't know that.
He's very 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 logical. So. We'll see what happens with this, but free Kyle from jail. Like he didn't do anything wrong.
I know.
You got pictures of him cleaning up the community.
Yep.
Removing graffiti. That was it. And then you have pictures of like these pedophiles like taunting him, because I think two out of the 3 guys that he shot, they were like convicted pedophiles or they had like rape charges on them, and I'm like, why do you feel bad that this guy's carrying a gun? He's trying to like save his community because his friends say, hey. We just want to save our shop.
Yeah. It was a night after.
We don't want to burn down. Like, come on, we have nothing to do with the police.
Yeah.
You want to kill the police? Go to the police precinct.
Yep.
And go at them. No.
And don't even do that
their
though.
Own community down.
I completely disavow that. Thanks. I was zoning out a little bit. I was looking at Kyle Rittenhouse headlines. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, kids. I completely condemn these comments. Don't kill police. Kill your ego. All you people who hate the cops.
Well, they're not going to kill police. Police are going to take out like 5 or 6 of them before they, one of them drops.
And there's a mistake that some people are making by saying, "Oh, I don't care. Let the cops." The attack on the cops is part of the attack on whites. Okay, And it's part of the attack on what's right. Because they're not being attacked for violating people's rights. They're being attacked for trying to fight crime. That's what's happening.
I would say this. An attack on cop is an attack on normal citizens that pay their taxes and want a good functioning government.
Indeed.
So if you're going to attack the police officers, give me my handgun so I can walk around with my handgun and do what I got to do when the time arises.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thank you, Ben.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Appreciate it, man. I always forget. Are you coming down to the men's conference?
I'm definitely coming down there.
Nice. Right on. We'll see you there.
Right. Anyways, Jake, you're the lightest brown person that I've ever met in my life.
Nice. I'll take that as a compliment.
You're the bestest. You're the bestest in the world.
All right, man.
Take care.
You too. Appreciate it.
Hey, T, from now on is known as Mrs. T.
Whoa.
He has to earn Mr. T. He has to earn that name.
That's cold.
You know? Very, very cold. He has to earn it. He has to earn it. Make sure he earns it.
All right.
Take care, brother.
All right. You as well. I want to get to Dula next, but first I have to get to Skip. I got to get to Skip. He wants to talk about this news hypocrisy on so-called white supremacy. What's up, Skip? In Augusta, Georgia?
Aloha. Aloha. Buenos dias.
Nice.
How you doing today, Hake?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, I'm about fair to middle. If I start bragging, something might go bad on me. I don't want to do that.
How'd your dogs feel about the music I played?
They are going slap crazy. They are pissing on the walls. One of them peed on my pillow today. So
wow,
I'm gonna charge you for that one, Hake.
Okay.
Look at here. I see you playing some favorable stuff about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And I will agree that he has probably done more for us than anybody else has in a long time. But until y'all start realizing the truth that our vote does not count, and you should have seen that in the last election itself, you got to start believing the truth and seeing the truth that our votes don't count, Hake. And Trump's not all fired up and pissed off about not winning the election again because he knows.
Stay close to your phone.
He was put in there for 4 years and to do his job, and he did his job, and he got out, and now we got Biden, and we don't know who we're going to have next election, but our votes don't really count, Hake. They don't count one bit.
So you
saw that in the last election.
You don't believe that we, the people, elected our real president, Trump, back in 2016 and reelected him in 2020?
No, we didn't. No, we didn't, Hake.
You think you say he was put in on purpose?
These men are placed in position years before they're even elected. They're groomed to be the president of the United States and to do what they're supposed to do, what they want them to do, not what we want them to do.
How do you know this? Are you not jumping to conclusions?
Do some research, Hake. That's all I got to say. Do some research. You're not going to believe me anyhow if I say anything.
I know, but how do you know this?
Because I've done some research, Hake. But look here, that's not what I called you.
So did that one guy who thinks it's important to, remember Jason from Buffalo?
Yeah.
I mean, he was. And you. I don't think that. What good is that going to do me? I mean, I already know that our votes are being rendered more and more meaningless by way of immigration and illegals and all that. Unchecked legal immigration too, and all that stuff.
I just asked you to check into it because I think you're checking into the flat Earth and you're starting to come around on that.
No, I'm not.
So you're not. You're still a globe earther.
I'm a ball-tard till I die. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
I take back.
Hey.
I disavow. I don't want to die. I do not want to die. And anyway.
Well, look at here. I didn't call you about all that, but I just want to throw that in there.
Oh, okay.
But look at here. We're hearing on the nightly news about this white supremacy, and we hear Joe Biden and all of them talk about all this white supremacy, but they're not showing us any evidence of it, Hake. If you pick up your local newspaper or you look at the local news, all you see is black, out-of-control crime.
Right.
So who are we supposed to believe? Are we supposed to believe our own eyes? Or are we supposed to believe the media, the lying media?
Yeah.
You know, and people just need to wake up and start thinking for themselves. And yes, I do agree that people need to start talking about this kind of stuff and talking to the city leaders and asking them about this kind of stuff and why come, they're allowing all this bull crap to happen. Why is this happening, Hake? Who's in charge of all this propaganda against white males, white people, period?
Evil people are in charge of it. Because it is an attack on whites, but there's a reason why they're attacking whites. It's because they're attacking anybody who's at all decent, logical, bringing some light and truth into the world, some freedom into the world. You'll notice any man who, even if they're not white, but who doesn't hate white people or has some logical thing to say, he's attacked. Any woman who is not for the self-destruction of women and babies, they're attacked. It's an attack on decency by evil people.
Well, look at T when he called in earlier with his "We Are the World" crap. We are the world,
except for you people, y'all, because
we're the so-called human race. But if you want to get down to it, just look at this 13% of the human race, which actually is a smaller percentage of that because the black males between a certain age, the early 20s and 30s, that are committing the most of the crime in the United States.
Yeah.
So that human race crap don't cut it. It just don't cut it. We all might be a human race, but it's the darker human race that's causing the majority of the problems. But the media is ignoring that. They're ignoring it. And it's only people like you and Jesse and others that's going to, try to get it out to a few people. And not all people are going to get it, Hake.
Right.
Not all people are going to get it. They're going to close their eyes and they're just going to keep believing CNN and MSNBC, and they're just going to keep looking at the dark and not seeing what's really going on.
Yeah, true. I appreciate it, Skip. You agree with me that it's evil people?
Yeah, it's evil. It's nothing but evil.
Yeah.
And that don't have anything to do with the race.
Right.
It's just an evil person.
Yeah.
You either choose to be evil or you choose not to be evil. You either choose God or you choose the devil, whether you realize it or not. But you got to make that choice, Hake. God give us a choice to make. It says in the Bible, it says,
choose you this day. Yep.
He says, as for me and my family, we choose to serve the Lord.
Right. It says, choose you this day whom you will serve. Yeah.
That's right.
One choice.
No, it's not about race. It's about people in general. But you do have to look at who's causing the most problems in this country. Hey.
Yeah.
You can't deny it. You can't look away and say, well, black people are doing bad, but white people are doing bad too. Well, that's true, but the majority of the bad that's going on in this country are all black people, and until you face the facts, nothing's ever going to get any better.
Yeah. Thank you, Skip, man. I appreciate it.
All right.
Take care.
All right, you're doing a good job, and I appreciate you. Let me talk to you a little bit.
All right. We'll see you at the men's conference?
Yeah, and I think it was the guy in chat, TTT, had a good idea about...
Your phone's going away. Your phone's getting rough.
There's a go-kart track across from where the conference is going to be.
Okay.
And TTT made a comment. I think it was him that made the comment in chat about us racing Nick on some go-karts.
Interesting.
Having a go-kart racing. Yeah, so you have to get in on that. I'm coming to the conference, and I'd like to go-kart race you guys. Show y'all some Georgia pride.
Wow. All right. Appreciate the... Nick says he rips on those. He's really good at those.
Yeah, right. We're starting to go funny page right now because we saw the video of Nick and his family members coming across the border, peeing on the crops that was coming across the border. The border.
Yeah.
So Nick's in our prayers, and his family's in our prayers.
Thank you, Skip.
All
right. All right. Take care. Real fast, I got to get to Dula in Detroit, Michigan, and then I can get to Joe in Florida about the evil term, the anti-white term, Karen, which it's a beautiful name. Dula, first-time caller from Detroit, Michigan. Good to hear from you. What's up?
You say what the already? You give me a chance to say nothing, hey? Hey, but you know what, hey? I actually listening to your last caller. I don't even want to ask a question. I'm a call back another day.
You don't.
I don't want to get banned. I don't want to get banned from, calling, because there's a couple of things I would love to ask you guys. And after just hearing the last call when you say most of the crimes and this, that, and the other has been coming from a darker race and all that, I just,
You're too upset to be charitable? Is that
no,
it?
Definitely not upset. I read scripture. I know who you guys are.
Oh,
I know you guys are the devil that the Bible speak of, and you're heartless.
Yeah.
So,
An Israelite. You're an Israelite. Are you an Israelite?
Well, I'm not. I don't know what I am. I'm over here.
I can tell that. Here. I know that you don't know what you are.
Yeah, but check it out, though. Hey, I'll call you another time, though, man.
Okay.
I'll give you a call another time and kick it with you.
Okay. Sounds good, Dula.
All right, hey.
I appreciate you hanging on there. Take care.
Oh, man, I'm going to call. You going to hear from me.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
Bye. Interesting. What a mess. Joe in Florida wants to talk about this term, quote unquote, Karen, which is a perversion of a beautiful name to attack whites. What's up, Joe in Florida? How are you doing?
Hey, all is well, James. Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah.
Wow, some really interesting three set of calls that I had to sit on hold through. starting with T, and I've called several times, and that's the first time I've had to be on hold with listening to him.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the point of him asking you what was white? Follow through on whatever it is that you're calling. You guys are so into your color, it's not even ridiculous. And you didn't tell him, but you made it up with Benjamin, because he started going a little loofy there with his shades and stuff. Stop being so much into the color. And you told Benjamin it's about the heart. That's what T needed to hear too.
Yeah.
Because they're so surface that they're not thinking that extra step. They don't even see it at all.
Right.
And even when Kevin was talking about that lady who's the psychologist, he called her white because
Keith.
I can Keith.
Uh-huh.
Keith, sorry. I can identify with that. So I grew up in Miami in the 70s, and in the late 70s there was a riot. And it was pretty much blacks rioting about whatever. And as a child, you're so innocent that you can believe your eyes, right? And you can just see that they're out of control.
Yeah.
But during that time, if you are not black, when the rubber meets the road, if you are not black, guess what you are? You are white. It didn't matter if you were Hispanic, Indian, whatever. When it's like that, that's the rules. So I can fully accept why it is that he called her white. But anyway, that's not what I called about.
Okay.
So I wanted to talk about, you're right. This disparaging term Karen is kind of like passed along as a he, ha, ha, and kind of being accepted or whatever.
Yeah.
And trust me, I say this with love, but I would rather deal with 1,000 Karens rather than one Shamiqua. Okay? And if you feel a certain kind of way when you hear that, it's because you're just denying what's in front of you, what the truth about it is.
Right.
And if you carry yourself as an example and as of love, people will start accepting it more as opposed to, just seeing it surface level.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting, man. Yeah, I agree. But, we have to, people are like, people are running away from the white one. Go ahead.
Of course. Also, I wanted to ask, if I could, Chris, really quick, because he was having a conversation with Jesse about it this morning, about About the lady saying that she didn't see Bruce Jenner in a dress.
Chris, on the phone.
Chris, do you think that maybe she was saying that in defiance, meaning that she was saying no because Jesse referred to him as Bruce as opposed to Caitlyn?
Oh. Do you want to answer that, Chris?
Sure.
Like she was being snarky, like she was being indignant, like, no, I've never seen Bruce Jenner in a dress because it's really Caitlyn Jenner. Like she's just holding the line. Do you think that maybe that was her angle?
Well, she still gave recognition to. She knew who Jesse was talking about, and I don't want to give too much away of what happens in the interview. I was operating the board for the interview. I was in the room the whole time.
I see.
I was in the room the whole time, but no, I think she was just being.
Okay, well, that gives me a lot more context because just in the trailer, I was like, well, maybe she's just saying no just to be a little smart aleck because Jesse referred to him as Bruce as opposed to what she would want him to refer him to. Okay.
Yeah, I think she was just being careful with her words because I think she might be fearful of losing her job.
Right on, man. All right, man. Yeah, and you guys don't have to ask me if I'm going to the conference. I got my VIP ticket, and I can't wait, man.
That's cool, Joe. Looking forward to it.
All right, man.
All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to reclaim that name, Joe. So whenever you hear it from Florida, get Joe Arizona out of your head. Him and Sleepy Joe are really putting a crush on my name here.
I know. It's terrible.
So Joe from Florida is all right. All right, man. Be good.
Thank you. You too. Take care.
All right. Bye.
All right. Wow. Okay, I have Chad in Alberta, Canada coming up next, but first I have to show you guys this clip. Some of you guys are going to be against this, and it's quite understandable. This is clip 14. I got it from Newsmax again. It was from President Trump's speech, our real President Trump's speech in Greenville, North Carolina on Saturday. I guess it was Saturday, I do believe, at this annual state Republican Party convention. He seems to believe that the virus did indeed come from a lab. It seems like it's pretty settled in his mind. I don't know, right? And then he also talks about, this is about a 3 or 4 minute clip. He also talks about his success, if you want to call it that, with making the vaccine happen. Enjoy this clip. Let me know what you think. I have one line open. And we'll keep on moving. Here's Trump.
And then we had this horrible thing come in from China. And we got that one right, too, by the way. Do you notice? You see what's going on over the last. It's called the lab. That was an easy one, Wuhan. But you had this horrible problem come in. And like every other country, we went down. And they were saying how well India was. Look how well India's doing. Well, India's not doing too well now. And we've done an incredible job. And most importantly with the vaccine coming up with it, but we've done an incredible job. And so many things have happened. And we built the economy not once, we built it twice. Think of it, because we built it, we had the highest stock market ever, the best job numbers. And then we had to regroup, we had to do a lot of things. We became the ventilator factory of the world. We were making it for everybody, and we had, our cupboards were bare. The federal cupboards were bare, and the state cupboards were bare. And we've done a tremendous job. We never got the kind of credit that we deserve for that. One thing we do get the credit for from everybody, even the other side, although they try and disparage it as much as possible, was the vaccine, coming up with the vaccine. But we did something else that people don't talk about. I made a bet, and I shouldn't call it a bet because maybe you say speculation as opposed, but it was somewhat of a bet. We bought billions and billions of dollars worth of vaccine and all forms of getting that vaccine into your body, the needles, the bottles, the whole thing. We bought millions and billions, actually, of dollars worth of the vaccine, and we saved a period of a year, maybe more. You wouldn't have the vaccine right now. This room would be empty because they would ask me to be here, and I would say, no, thank you. And you would say the same thing. This would be an empty room right now, and your state would be in a lot of trouble, and the country would be in a lot of trouble, because you wouldn't have the vaccine until probably October, and might have even been later than that. And one of the things I'm most proud about is we did the vaccine, developed the vaccine, and I pushed the FDA They have never been pushed, would you say, Mark Meadows? They have never been pushed like that. He was there at a lot of those meetings. Those were not nice meetings. They do not like me too much, that I can tell you. And frankly, the drug companies don't like me too much either, because I did a thing called Favored Nations, where we have to pay whatever the lowest is in the world. That's what we have to pay. Nobody can believe I instituted that. If they leave it alone, you'll soon have the lowest drug prices that we've ever had by. But that doesn't mean that they like me. They spend millions of dollars against me, and that's okay. They have to do what they have to do. But we did things that nobody has ever done. I'm very proud of the biggest bet. This was maybe the greatest bet ever made in the history of the world, because we saved a year. We bought billions of dollars of this vaccine before we even knew it worked. And because of that, we've all, most of you, I guess all of you, just about in one form or another, you've had your shots or jabs, as they like to call it. I actually like the other word better. But we've saved a lot of lives. We've saved all over the world. We've saved millions and millions of lives, and I'm very proud of it. And nobody can ever take it away from us, because that's something that's very, very special. And the people in this room are very, very special.
Wow. I don't know. He's a boomer. The boomers were the most threatened from this virus, supposedly, right? Ventilation bad, says Bill West, because he helped make ventilators happen and helped people get ventilators, although ventilators were, I thought I heard ventilators were part of the problem for some people, unknowingly, right? Allegedly. Bill West thinks that Trump is being dumb. Trump is the man for the job, says Rick's Duman. But Bellis Beckenridge says vaccine, Trump the vaccine salesman. Thank God he's gone. Whoa, Bellis Beckenridge? That seems a bit unreasonable. Thanks for the depopulation Gates shot, says Toronzo Turgeon. I'm not into the whole vaccine pushing, says Canadian David. I can agree with that. But I cut him some slack. I like how he made things function. And he was calling for people to open up. Open up. A. Owens, I see your chats. I'm not going to read it out loud, though. But if you want to see what A. Owens is saying, head over to the YouTube chat. Let me quickly get to Chad in Alberta, Canada. Your thoughts on free will. What's up, Chad? How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, James. How are you?
Doing well as well. Thank you.
Okay. I haven't called you in 3 weeks. So you and Jesse, you don't believe in free will?
No. Not truly free. We're not truly free.
Okay, so you're not truly free. Okay.
That's what I would say.
All right. So, like, my point on that is, if you don't have free will, how can you truly love someone? You know, you can't force someone to love you unless there's free will, right? So if you're not going to love God or Christ or anything else, if you don't have free will, like, why is it that you guys say that?
I think that might be your own idea of what love is, and not, because love doesn't come from your will, love comes from God.
Well, of course. Well, God is love, right? So
yeah.
So if there's no free will, okay, so we live in a society, right? If there's no free will, why do we have prisons then? Because why do we?
Yeah, I say we have prisons because that is how you function in a society where people are out of control.
Okay, well, I accept that.
Does that make sense?
I accept that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Can we? So I had to give your experts a question. So let's get beyond free will.
Okay.
So, what is an assault? What is an assault weapon? Because I have a weapon. I live in Alberta.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've heard statistics that say that Albertans own more weapons than than most Americans do, right? So per capita in Alberta,
Congrats.
Yeah, so in Alberta, well, we're all farmers, right? So in Alberta, I think the numbers are that I think we are 3 million in Alberta.
Okay.
So, right, so per capita, we own 3.5 weapons.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
That's how many kids we should be having for starters. That's our national. That's what white people should be making on average. As far as kids.
So I I'm a
Maybe it
truck
should be more than
driver.
that.
I go to farmers and stuff. I pick up grain. I pick up cows, whatever, you know. And all these farmers have, like, you know, they have their hunting weapons and then they have their vermin weapon.
Okay.
Right. So like a 22, right? We shoot. Like we have prairie dogs in Alberta that destroy the land. So every spring, they expend thousands of rounds shooting these vermins. You know.
Yeah.
And all I'm trying to say is there's a lot of weapons in Alberta. You know what I mean? So what's an assault rifle?
Yeah.
Because I have an actual assault rifle. It was made in 1945 by the Russians. His name was Kalashnikov.
Nice.
So it's not an AK-47.
Oh, okay. It's not.
Okay, but it's no.
Okay.
It's a different style. It's got a windstock, but it's I think it's a 7.38 caliber weapon.
All right.
Right. But it's a semi-automatic, so like you fire. It's not automatic.
Right. Yeah.
But in Canada, you can't have a magazine that's more than 5 rounds, right?
More than 5? Yeah. You cannot or can?
Well, you can own an assault rifle, but you cannot load more than 5 rounds into the chamber.
That's ridiculous.
Into the magazine, right? Yeah. So that's cool. But
that's not cool.
Know, like
5 rounds
fine.
Is not enough. That's satanic. I agree, Chris.
No, I know.
Anyway.
Well, the weapon I have.
Show Alberta, Canada. I put a map in the folder. There's only there's only 3 million people in that huge space.
I think it's 3.5 million.
Wow.
Because Canada's 1/10 of the United States. So whatever your population is, we're about 1/10.
There's 3.96. There's almost 4 million in Los Angeles.
Yeah, well, that's all of Alberta. We have 2 cities. Well, no, we have 2 cities in Alberta. There's Edmonton, that's the capital.
And Calgary.
And then Calgary, that's where all the.
That's where Lion Ted was born.
Well, that's industry, right? Like big offices. And that's where all the right. You know what I mean?
Don't you have like little cities too? You have like little cities too, right?
Well, we have towns.
Okay.
You know, what's a city? 100,000 people?
Beats me, man. No, Temple City is like 35,000. It's still a city, I think. Anyway, yeah, I don't know.
Well,
interesting.
I would. Well. Like, what do you call what it is? Like a hamlet is like 5,200 people, I think.
That's
that's
too white for me. I don't know what a hamlet is.
So we have lots of hamlets. We have lots of.
I'm ignorant.
Like, I don't think a town is more. A town is less than 100,000.
Okay.
I think a city is 100,000 people. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's just that, like, all I'm saying is that, like, we have a lot more guns in Alberta.
Yeah.
I actually
per capita
when Trump became president and he was tweeting and stuff, I sent a tweet one time. I said, "Can you please invade our country and take over Alberta?" You know, yeah. So
yeah.
Anyway,
I appreciate it,
so,
Chad.
So I have an actual assault rifle here.
Oh, what is an assault rifle? I don't know. They probably defining it as military style weapon.
Oh,
so
I don't understand it because I keep an
They
assault.
don't either.
I keep an assault knife in my car.
Right. You want to be able to assault people who are attacking you.
Yeah.
It's called or threaten you.
There is a law in Canada. If you're stopped by the police and you have a baseball bat in your trunk, they can charge you with having an assault bat.
Yeah, they do that to us too. You have to have a ball and glove with you too.
My uncle, who's RCMP, that's a real, you know what the RCMP is.
Yes, right? Royal Canadian Mounted Police, the Mounties.
Exactly. So he told me, he says, no, don't drive around with a bat in your trunk. Make sure you have a glove and a ball with it.
Yep.
So if you're stopped by the police, they'll say, oh, he's got a baseball bat, a glove, and a ball.
Plausible deniability.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? But if you're stopped without having a glove and a ball, they can say that you have a bat and that was, you were intended to use it against someone's skull or whatever.
Right.
So
interesting.
Okay. I'll let you go.
Thank you, Chad. You coming to the men's conference?
No, I can't be there.
Okay.
I'm not even vaccinated. I'm not vaccinated or nothing, right? So.
But it's Florida. Florida. Well, anyway, yeah.
No, but if I come back, I have to pay the government 2 days of hotel rooms.
Yeah. At least.
Even though they release you right away, you have to pay that fee.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Unless you come from some other country as a worker,
right?
You don't have to go through. You don't have to do that sort of thing.
You mean like an illegal?
Yeah.
Right.
It's only if you're a resident of Canada, you have to go through it.
Yeah, what a mess. They treat you guys like second-class citizens and treat the non-citizens as with like babies. Thank you, Chad. Yeah. I wish you well.
No, it's great.
Nice
yeah, it's just the whole assault weapon thing is so ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
I have an actual assault rifle. I got a bayonet on it and everything.
Wow.
Right. That's how you buy it in Canada.
That's cool.
Right?
That's awesome.
Okay.
Take care, Chad.
I'll let you go.
All right. Very nice. Man. Look at this. This is a headline, speaking of the illegals, from the Epic Times. Illegals in California. There is an unopposed bill to remove the terms alien or illegal alien from all California statutes, moving quickly through the legislature. This was reported over a week ago, the 30th of May. Lawmakers, maybe it's already passed, who knows? Lawmakers deem the terms offensive to foreign nationals who have entered the U.S. illegally. Well, we are offended that they came here illegally. We're offended that they came here legally without our permission, only at the permission of the phony politicians. Biden, please let us in. There's a bunch of illegals wearing T-shirts. Biden, please let us in this picture. Going to abolish the term alien from all statutes. It's what they are. They don't want to. And honestly, a whole lot of illegals that I know say, I'm illegal. I'm an illegal alien. I'm here illegally. I'm illegal. They don't consider it offensive. Only the female-minded ones. Adios. Adios. Adios, America, as Ann Coulter said. Given the point of the definition, assault rifles are a type of machine gun, according to the ATF, says Dark Side of the Bear. A gun that fires more than one round each time the trigger is pulled. Yeah, but, I mean, I guess these are being called... Those are already banned for most of us. So I don't know. What a terrible shame. Let me quickly get to Howard in North Carolina. What's up, Howard? How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How about you, Jake?
Doing well.
Nice you Jake again, James.
I know. Yep.
It's like I say, I get James and Hake mixed up. That's why I say Jake.
Yep. A lot happens to the best of us.
That's twice I've done that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know about the Bible can deceive you.
Yes. People can use it to deceive you.
Deceive you.
For example, The Bible says, go forth, and somebody goes forth and does something that's dumb. Very true. It's used to deceive a lot. Satan used it to deceive people.
Yeah, he, like Jesse says, and you say he knows the Bible better than we do.
Yeah, he's an intellectual.
I seen an article, I can't remember the article of the man that wrote it. He said that if Satan just changed 1% of the Bible, he can't change it all because God won't let him, That's why Jesse always says, get to know yourself, and you read the Bible and put it down and let God reveal it to you.
Yeah.
Don't get all into the intellectual stuff of it. He'll reveal it to you.
Right.
That's really sunk into me here lately.
Nice.
Not even listen to him,
Yeah. That's cool.
Let God reveal it to you.
Right on.
Yeah. And about free will, the guy there a while ago, if everybody had free will, nobody would smoke, drink, cuss.
Right.
Yeah.
Good point.
Well, you know what? It's either you're influenced by evil, Satan, or God.
Yeah. Maybe we have leeway, I don't know, but we definitely, we're not truly free. We're slaves of sin or slaves of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I get your point on we're not truly free. Sounds like you have, like me, just a little bit you might have, but
I don't know. It's a mystery to me how it works.
But still, I've asked God to reveal. He's revealed a few things to me, and when he does, it seems like Satan comes after him for 2 or 3 days real bad after that. I have to really do the silent prayer.
Yeah.
And then he leaves me alone.
Yeah, you're supposed to pray without ceasing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I appreciate that, Howard. Great points.
Yeah, I start to work tomorrow. I know you got to go. Time's running out.
You going to be able to make it down to the men's conference?
I'd love to, but I can't. I won't be able to.
Okay. All right. Maybe next time we'll catch you sometime.
All right.
Cool, Howard. Take care, man.
Yeah, you too.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. People are asking, what did you do? What did you do that was manly this weekend? I rode a horse, I drove a Lamborghini, and I fired an Uzi and a Glock 22, which is 40 caliber, and something else. Shot some other gun too. So I shot guns and drove the pinnacle of transportation. Although the Lamborghini, I don't know, isn't that like Italian or something like that? Let me quickly get to Art. I have 30 seconds left because I have to play another Squad 5-0 song. Art, get it done.
Okay. All right. Well, for Skip, we know 13%, or allegedly they say it's only 13% of Negroes in America, but I beg to differ. I think it's more. And we do know that most of them are out of control, but I want to know who is the people that are derelict of their duty and letting and participating and helping the Negroes do that.
Yeah.
Because all I've been seeing over the last 30 years are white liberal politicians and bankers taking advantage of the black females and got our homes in disorder. So all of this stuff has been going on, and with that paperclip thing.
I don't know. Operation Paperclip. I forget.
Operation Paperclip. Who let all those Nazis come over here? That wasn't Negroes. Jenny Buss ain't no Negro. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
The one who stole the money, the money through the pandemic.
Yeah.
Who's got all these black kids in their house over there in Hollywood, running around? The boys running around in dress. Those ain't Negroes who's doing that. So a lot of this stuff. I mean, you can put it on black people all you want to, which we know it is.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure that you pass the blame.
We have
on
to
the
deal
other
with
side
all
too,
evil. Yeah.
All evil. Thank you. But that's all I want to say about that. When I call you again tomorrow, when I got more time.
Sounds good, Art. I appreciate you, man. Take care.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Men's conference this summer. Gonna make it? Anyway, this is the Hake Report, thehakereport.com, guys. Skip is begging me not to play my last Squad 5-0 song for today. It is called Forever Young. Enjoy, guys, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, and take care.